The laugh came first, sharp, public, unforgiving. It happened at my parents' 40th anniversary dinner, a place where dignity was supposed to be safe. Crystal glasses, white tablecloths, my entire family gathered under warm lights, smiling for photos they'd frame forever.
Hey guys, before we dive into today's family revenge story, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And I'm curious, where are you watching from right now? Comment your country and current time below. All right, let's begin. This is the story of a family pushed to the edge, and what happened next will shock you.
That's when Evan Cole, my older brother-in-law, stood up. "I think it's time we stop pretending," he said, raising his glass. "Some people here like to play successful, but we all know the truth." The room went quiet. My wife Laura didn't stop him. She smiled. Evan turned toward me. "Ryan still hasn't paid back Dad's loan from 3 years ago. Still hopping jobs, still chasing big ideas that go nowhere." Laughter rippled. Not loud, worse, polite. Then Laura added the knife. "Maybe if Ryan focused less on dreaming and more on being a man," she said, eyes scanning my parents, my cousins, my uncles, "we wouldn't be carrying him." Carrying me. That word landed like a verdict. I felt 30 pairs of eyes strip me down. I felt my father look away. I felt my mother's smile freeze, embarrassed. My younger cousins whispered. Someone shook their head. I wanted to disappear. What they didn't know was that the loan Evan mentioned had been paid back in full, quietly, privately. Laura had asked me not to correct him. "It'll just cause drama," she'd said. What they didn't know was that I had recently turned down a promotion to help Laura launch her consulting brand, or that the job hopping Evan mocked was me leaving companies that asked me to cook books or exploit clients. I sat there, silent, burning. Evan lifted his glass again. "To family honesty." The applause heard more than the words. Later that night, Laura didn't apologize. She shrugged. "You're too sensitive. You embarrassed yourself by not defending yourself." That's when something in me went cold. I realized the humiliation wasn't accidental. It was curated. They didn't just want to laugh at me. They wanted me small. And in that moment, standing in the kitchen while laughter still echoed in my ears, I made a decision. I wouldn't scream. I wouldn't confront. I wouldn't explain. I would let them destroy themselves, slowly, legally, publicly. And when it ended, no one would be laughing. The next morning, I apologized. That shocked Laura. "I shouldn't have ruined the mood," I said calmly. "You were right. I need to be more stable." She softened instantly. People like Laura don't fear anger. They fear resistance. Over the next few weeks, I became exactly what they expected. Quiet, agreeable, invisible. And I watched. Evan ran his construction supply business like a king. Everyone trusted him. My father had co-signed loans for him. Family investments were tied into his company. At dinners, he bragged about growth and clean books. Clean books. That word stayed with me. I work in compliance, risk analysis. It's not glamorous, but it teaches you how to listen, how to notice what people don't say. I noticed Evan always avoided specifics. I noticed Laura's consulting invoices didn't match the hours she worked. I noticed money moving between accounts labeled as family support. I didn't dig illegally. I didn't hack. I waited. At a barbecue, Evan complained about an upcoming audit. "Routine," he said. "Nothing to worry about." Laura laughed. "Ryan could never survive an audit." I smiled. That night, I opened a folder I'd been quietly building. Public records, vendor complaints, late filings, employee reviews that mentioned unpaid overtime and pressure to falsify delivery logs. Patterns. Over 3 months, I documented everything. No emotion, just facts. Then I did something that felt almost merciful. I warned Laura. Not directly. I asked, if someone was misreporting expenses, could that hurt your brand? She scoffed. You're paranoid. That was my answer. I resigned from my job the same week. Laura panicked. We need your income. I need time to figure myself out, I said softly. You said I was unstable. She agreed too quickly. That's when I filed an anonymous compliance tip, not an accusation, a request for review. I attached nothing dramatic, just enough breadcrumbs to make regulators curious. Then I waited. Revenge isn't loud when it's done right. It's patient. The first call came during another family dinner. Evan's phone vibrated. He checked it. His smile flickered. Everything okay? My father asked. Yeah, Evan said too fast. Just business. Laura squeezed his arm, nervous. Over the next month, everything tightened. Evan started snapping at servers. Laura complained about clients ghosting. My father mentioned delayed dividends from the family investment. No one blamed me. Why would they? I was the failure, the joke. Then the audit expanded. Vendors were interviewed, employees were subpoenaed, one accountant folded. The night Evan's office was searched, Laura came home shaking. They're asking about shared expenses, she whispered. Ryan, you wouldn't know anything about this, right? I met her eyes. No, I said. I'm not smart enough for that. The investigation became public. Headlines didn't accuse, they questioned. That's worse. Family-owned firm under review for financial irregularities. Clients fled. Credit tightened. My father's retirement fund froze. At an emergency family meeting, Evan finally cracked. This isn't my fault, he yelled. Someone set me up. Eyes turned to me. For the first time. I leaned forward, calm, measured. Do you have proof? I asked. Silence. Then the charges dropped. Tax fraud, wage theft, falsified compliance reports. Laura's consulting brand collapsed overnight. The same family that laughed at me stopped answering my calls. The final court hearing wasn't dramatic. No shouting, no tears, just facts. Evan avoided eye contact as the judge read the sentence. My father looked older than I'd ever seen him. Laura sat rigid, clutching a purse she could no longer afford. When it was over, Laura followed me into the hallway. You ruined us, she hissed. You were supposed to be nothing. I smiled gently. You made me nothing, I said. I just stayed that way long enough for you to forget I was watching. The divorce was clean, quiet. She got nothing tied to the investigation. Her name was radioactive. Months later, I attended another family gathering. Smaller table, quieter room, no speeches. My mother hugged me longer this time. My father apologized without excuses. No one joked. No one laughed. I didn't need revenge anymore, because the people who shamed me learned the most painful lesson of all. The man you humiliate in public may be the only one patient enough to end you without raising his voice.